going to be all about what I do for self-care. I feel like self-care has become such like a trendy thing. Am I hopping on the bandwagon by making a self-care video? Yeah, sure. But does that take away from the fact that self-care is actually really important? Not at all. So by definition, self-care is the practice of taking action to maintain or improve your health. And so to me, that means maintaining and improving my health both physically and mentally, with an even bigger emphasis on the mental aspect. Because for the most part, I feel like the physical self-care portion is, the day-to-day stuff that people are taught to do from the second that they're born. It's the regular things you do on a day-to-day basis to maintain your hygiene, like showering and brushing your teeth. That also includes physical activity and trying to eat well. But for some reason, the mental aspect of self-care, I feel like just hasn't ever been taught to be a norm for most people. And it wasn't until my early 20s that I even decided that I should do more to improve my health and well-being besides just having good hygiene and trying to move my body more and exercise. So yes, maybe I am making a self-care video because it's trendy, but I think that's a good thing because honestly, I don't think self-care is emphasized enough in society, especially when it comes to mental health. So for today's video, I thought I would just take you guys through what I consider to be like my ideal self-care daily routine. And notice how I say ideal. Now listen up, okay? All the things I'm going to show you in today's video are not things that I do for self-care every single day. That would be totally outrageous, at least for me. If you're someone who has a long list of a crazy self-care routine that you can maintain and do every single day, then that's totally great. It's just not how my life works. Realistically, I just don't have the time or energy for that every single day. And you know what? That's fine. And I also want to do self-care because I want to and not because I feel like I have to. It shouldn't feel like a chore. Well, most things anyway, because eating well and exercising are things that I try to do most days, and sometimes it does feel like a chore and it requires a little bit more motivation than just knowing that it's going to improve my health and well-being in some way. But you get what I'm saying. So again, this is going to be my ideal routine. If I'm going to be incorporating self-care into my daily routine, I'm going to definitely be doing at least some of these things, just most of the time, never all of them. There are some things that I do every single day, and then there's some things that I do maybe once a week or maybe just once a month. It just depends. I just want to make that totally clear before this video starts because I don't want anyone finishing this video and thinking that I just have this like perfect, awesome self-care routine, because that's just not the reality at all. So without further ado, let's go back in time and I'm going to show you how I started my day. So good morning. It is just a few minutes before 8 a.m. and I did not sleep very well last night, unfortunately. So I'm going to start my morning off with just a really quick 10-minute meditation, which is definitely not something that I do every single day or even every single week by any means. So meditation definitely does help me sometimes. There's actually one that if I've had a really long, stressful day and my anxiety is just through the roof, that I listen to it and for some reason it just calms me down. I don't know what it is. I'll link it down below if I can find it. I'm not gonna do that one today because I'm just starting my day. So I normally I just go on YouTube and look for a quick meditation. So I'm gonna do that, and that is how I'm going to start the day. Well, that was nice. I'll be honest, I actually feel like I didn't resonate too well with that meditation, but it was from a channel that I've never listened to before. I'll link it down below if anyone is curious to listen as well. It was only 10 minutes. But yeah, sometimes if I do meditate, I'll meditate in the morning. Sometimes I meditate in the middle of the day when I just really need a break or I'm stressing out. Or sometimes I'll meditate at night to wind down or fall asleep. Sometimes I'll listen to those 3-hour guided meditations on YouTube. But yeah, it's always a guided meditation because I can't just sit in silence. My mind races too much. My mind races too much even just during guided meditations. So, all right. And next step in my self-care routine, I guess if that's what we're gonna call this, is I work out at least 4 days a week. I aim for 5. I would love to aim for 6, but Just the fact that I've been working out consistently is good enough for me, so let's go do that. If anyone has any tips for working out with ridiculously long hair, let me know, because this shit, annoying. So something that is just an absolute must every single day for me, as is for most people, but I consider it kind of a part of my, oh, who's honking? It's Wednesday morning, chill. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I guess I just consider having my morning coffee a part of my self-care routine. Maybe that's just making excuses for my caffeine addiction. Maybe it does benefit me in some sort of mental, spiritual way. Who knows? I'm gonna keep drinking it either way. So normally I make coffee, but on Wednesdays actually, my mom and I have made a routine, I guess, to treat ourselves to getting coffee from a coffee shop. So as you can see, today's choice was Dunkin' Donuts because we had coupons. Oh, it's so hot. Oh. So I just got for myself this very delicious medium coffee with a flavor shot of blueberry and some oat milk. And then I'll probably go home and actually add some creamer to it because, I don't know, I just like smoother, richer. I don't know how to describe coffee correctly. I don't know, that's just what I'm probably gonna do. This has been my go-to recently on Wednesdays, is a blueberry coffee from Dunkin', because blueberry just hits different. I know that's probably like one of the least popular flavors you can get, but I'm absolutely obsessed. The more I think about it, coffee is definitely a part of self-care, I think, because when I was living by myself, when I wasn't living at home, and there was just something about like waking up in the morning, having a place to myself, I make my coffee and then I'll sit and like read a book, or if I meditated that morning, or just watch the news, and it's kind of just like a moment to take time for myself. And I definitely don't do that these days. I normally wake up, make my coffee, and then get immediately to work or whatever I'm doing that day. But I feel like that's how my coffee addiction, I guess, started, was from just routinely waking up and making coffee and like taking time for myself and just like enjoying those moments. So I'm gonna enjoy this moment. Right, so it has been a day, a very good day, I should say. So it is now nighttime. There isn't too much I did during the day that I would consider part of my self-care routine. Now something that I do every single night is my skincare routine. Well, I also do skincare in the morning, but I wasn't going to show you guys skincare twice because this isn't a skincare video, and I tend to like my nighttime routine a little bit more, so I figured that is what I would film. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I know you could probably classify skincare under just like the general good physical hygiene that I was talking about in the beginning of this video, that, you know, is technically self-care, but we don't really think about it in more than just that. But for me, skincare kind of is that. I don't know what it is about just like taking a few minutes to myself every night to make sure my face is cleaned and moisturized and everything else. This is definitely a new addition to my routine as of recently. Probably less than a year ago, all I used to do was wash my face and then put on moisturizer, but I've since adopted a bunch of other steps that, I don't know, it's just feels good to take care of yourself in that way, but maybe that's just me, I don't know. So yes, doing skincare is obviously good for my face and for my hygiene and my physical health, but at the same time, I feel like it benefits me mentally just to, like I said, do something nice for myself. These are the products I'm currently using. I definitely don't use all of them at the same time, nor do I use them all every single day. To some people this might look like a lot, but to the hardcore skin gurus, this is probably like nothing at all. I like to keep it simple. Tonight, however, because I am filming a self-care routine, I do want to do a face mask, which is definitely not something I do every single day, not even every single week, maybe every other week or once a month just for funsies, not even because I need it, but I decided for the video I will do one. But first I got to wash my face. And before you judge, no, I don't wear a robe every single time I do my skincare. That would just be crazy. I just, again, like the mask, thought it would be a fun extra touch for the video. So don't mind me just living my best robe life, okay? I'm telling you, man, having a skincare routine is some next level type of shit. I feel amazing. Maybe none of it works, maybe it's all just placebo, but it makes me feel good, and when you're doing self-care, that's all that matters. Well, kind of. There are still things that are bad for you that maybe you shouldn't do, but you get the point. Now I've just made myself some tea, which I know I've said before, I'm really not a tea kind of bitch, like at all. But I originally started drinking tea at night, definitely not every night. Some nights, I'm trying to make it most nights. Because I've had like pretty gnarly congestion recently, but according to Dr. Google, peppermint tea is apparently good for helping clear congestion and open your nasal passages or whatever. So again, whether it's placebo or it really works, I have no idea, but I started doing it and it turns out I actually don't mind peppermint tea that much. That's why I originally started drinking tea at night. But then I figured it would just be a good idea to kind of keep up with it, to have like a not caffeinated beverage before bed. Because one, I know some teas have benefits to them. I don't know, I'm obviously not a tea guru, but there's certainly good qualities of tea. What they are, I'm not entirely sure, but also mostly just because it gets me to drink more water before I go to bed, because that's also something I should probably be doing more of anyway. And also having tea before I go to bed has just turned into a sign of like, okay, she has tea, that means the day is done. Like if there's tea in my cup in my hand, like I'm not doing anything else the rest of the night. Like I'm most likely sitting back and relaxing and hopefully about to fall asleep. So there's really only two more things I want to talk about for this self-care video. One of them is just that to me it is important to try and eat well throughout most of the day, throughout most of the week. Besides being a vegetarian, I don't follow any sort of like strict diets. The whole diet culture thing is absolutely not for me. My goal every day or most days is just to try and make or buy a meal that is both healthy and delicious and comforting, and that's pretty much just it. I try and keep my meals balanced. Are they perfect or the ideal healthy meal every single time? Definitely not. I don't want to live my life around how I eat, but for me there's bigger things in life to worry about, and I do love me some good comfort food. I also just love cooking in general, so even just like the act of making food, whether it's like a big awesome tasty delicious salad or it's a juicy vegetarian burger with a side of cheese fries or something, I just really enjoy making food. So even the act of like getting in that flow mindset of cooking or baking or whatever it is attached to, I guess, some sort of like positive mental release, if that makes sense. So even if like the specific meal that I'm eating doesn't fit the specific like guidelines of a meal that you would have for self-care reasons, the act of making the food was kind of self-care in itself. So it balances itself out. All right, I don't know if I'm making any sense at this point. So at this point in the night, if I have time, if I'm not dead tired, if I'm not doing projects and stuff, which since I'm not in school at the moment, I do have a lot more extra time on my hands, especially at night. So if I can, I always like to try and take a part of the night to do something nice for myself. So tonight that's gonna be doing my nails, because I've recently been really into having color on my nails most of the time. I definitely don't do that obviously every day or even every week. So, you know, some nights I might read a book, some nights I might play The Sims, or I might knit something, or I'll just lay in bed for a couple hours and watch YouTube or Netflix, which I end up really doing anyway, so I guess that doesn't count. I think this is the color I'm going to use. Yeah, you probably can't see that. I can't open it, I put lotion on. For my mom's birthday this past year, I got her like a UV gel nail polish kit. Why can't I open this? So we got like the little light going on and everything. Probably awful for my skin. I do put sunscreen on my hands before I do it, but oh, there we go. Yeah, you still probably can't see. I think it's like a deepish gray, purple, plum type of color. Yeah, I'm just gonna spend the next like 20 or 30 minutes doing this and catching up on some YouTube videos. My nails are done. That was very relaxing, just to, like I said, do something nice for myself and catch up on things that I like to watch. Of the self-care things that I don't do on a regular or daily basis, when I do have a little bit of extra time to do at least one of those things, it is normally like doing something nice for myself, such as doing my nails or knitting or playing The Sims or something like that. And I guess just because I think that's what's gonna like benefit me the most in the long run, it's just a really good like mental break and escape from my reality and just get my mind off of whatever might be bothering me, if there is something that was bothering me, or if it was just a long day and I just need to like sit back and chill and not really put a lot of effort into anything, then I just want to relax and take the time to do something that's fun and easy and nice. So it is getting late and I need to get to bed, but on days where I might just be feeling like an extra certain kind of way or something, I decide to journal, which is really beneficial to me, honestly, and I need to do it more. Like every time I start to journal again, I tell myself I'm going to make it like a daily or at least like multiple days a week type of thing, and my mind is like so set to it and I know that it helps me so much, and then I get to day like 3 and I don't do it again for like a week or 2. If I could just journal as much as I do my skincare, then life would be great. So this is actually a mindfulness journal that I bought from Amazon probably like over a year ago, which by now it should be completely full and it is mostly empty for reasons that I just explained. Unlike meditation, where I feel like I need that extra little bit of guidance, with journaling I normally don't. Like I'm pretty good about getting my thoughts out and, you know, covering a lot of bases, and sometimes just have it be like a flow of consciousness, like write whatever comes to mind, or sometimes I'll have a specific goal in mind about what I want to write about. I saw this on Amazon and just thought it'd be like a cute little different thing to do, and I do like it a lot. The setup of it is a little different than what I'm used to, and I do really like the idea of it. And honestly, I doubt this would ever happen, but I would love to make my own like guided journal one day to publish. I think that would be really neat, just because when it comes to writing and having tasks and like to-do lists, I'm a very organized person, so I think I could potentially maybe make a really cool journal someday. Maybe not, I don't know. I think this one specifically is meant for maybe 3 months. I'm not totally sure. I've seen a bunch of like guided journals before, and you know, as short as a couple weeks to as much as a year. So if you look online, you could probably find whatever it is you might be looking for. So this one in particular has a section for you to track your habits and goals for the week, and then also for the 3-month period. So each day you can go in and kind of check off the things that you did and that you stuck to. It also has you reflect on the week before. You can talk about what your biggest challenge was, a lesson that you learned, and then just kind of tips of what to do for yourself for the following week. And then there is a spreadsheet for each day where you can talk about what you're grateful for, how your mind was feeling that day, how your body was feeling, or any positive things that you did for your mind or your body. Then there's a section for what went well today, and then planning a moment of happiness for tomorrow, which I think is really amazing. And then the entire right side is just for a little daily journal, kind of stream of consciousness writing like I talked about before. Oh, and there's also like these little challenge portions every week that will challenge you to do like maybe little mindful things for yourself or little moments of gratitude, which is really just a nice touch, because I think challenges like that really get you thinking and maybe put you outside of your comfort zone, but in a good way. So for the last couple minutes of my night, I'm just going to sit down and quickly fill out my little spreadsheet for today and collect my thoughts on paper, reflect on my day, think about how tomorrow is going to go, and just take a moment to be with my thoughts, away from my technology, write things out that maybe need to get out, and really just be thankful for the day, no matter what kind of day it was, whether it was a good day or a bad day. One of the number one goals for me, at least for journaling, is to just kind of come back to what's really important and what really matters, and just be grateful for every moment that I have and every little thing that comes my way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I feel like through this video I shared little pieces of my life that I haven't necessarily shared on social media before, at least to any great extent. So not that anything was super personal, but I don't know. As someone who watches a lot of YouTube, I like seeing YouTubers I follow in different areas of their life and seeing them try new things or do something different, or just see them honestly just be normal people like everyone else. So maybe if anything, that concept of this video resonates with you in some way, and if it doesn't, then stick around. I'll be back with more recipe and food and school related videos soon. If you're also watching this at night, then I hope you had a fantastic day and you have the best night's sleep ever. I will see you guys next week for a new video.